Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this evening wind down. This is going to be a 20-minute restorative practice. It's a gorgeous way for you to start to switch off from the goings on of your day and transition into your evening. You could even do this and transition directly into bed. It would be really gorgeous for the body. And so if you've never tried a restorative practice before, you are in for a treat. It's a gorgeous way for you to feel fully held and supported in just a few different postures. So you're really using very little effort, and that's why we've got a lot of props and stuff here, and I'll talk you through what you can go and grab from your own home in just a moment. And the idea is that when we're fully supported, fully held, we can totally just melt into the poses. With that being said, we're not kind of going off into dreamland. It's a conscious relaxation, so it's not totally mindless. And I'll guide you through everything together. So I'll just talk a bit about some of the stuff you might want. So if you don't have the luxury of this kind of long yoga bolster, you could grab a couple pillows, maybe some long pillows. And if you prefer, we could do, I've got quite a thick blanket here. So if you've got some thick blankets, I would grab maybe 2 or 3 of these, and you can fold it up like so and kind of make it long ways. Make it long ways so you can start to build, so it's kind of the same height as something like this. You can build it up with a couple of towels if you prefer, or some blankets. So you might need something like that. And then if you've got an eye pillow or something at the very end to chuck over your face, could be really cozy. And if you'd like, I might use a couple brick blocks here. I'll direct you through some different options for one of the poses. So if you've got some blocks, work it. If you don't, you could even use, maybe fold up an extra towel or some pillows. So just take a moment, because you want to make sure you've got pretty much everything you might want to hand, so you don't have to kind of get up and go and get it. So I would maybe put me on pause, go and collect everything you might need, and then come back and join me and we'll get started. So come and find a comfortable seat. Make sure that you're in something nice and cozy and warm if you want to put a sweater on or some socks and stuff. So you want to just really get as comfortable as you can be. If you like, you could prop yourself up sitting onto some pillows, or if you've got a bolster like I have, or even a brick block. And you might sit with your legs more of a cross. You just can find what really works for you, rather than if you don't want to be in this open position. Just starting to drop into nice tall seat without kind of gripping in the hips. So this elevation of the hips will ease off that sensation. And just allow the arms to rest anywhere in the lap, on the thighs, down or up. It's really your call. See if you can close down the eyes. And already sort of dropping into this heaviness of the pelvis as you let the mind start to settle. Taking a nice full breath in. Take a soft exhale out through the mouth. Take 2 more breaths in this way, really simple. The last one. And release. And so there's no worries if the mind is still a bit active right now. We'll just take it really slow to start to come into this wind down process. Feel free to keep your eyes closed here, or you can softly blink them open. Keep a gentle gaze as you sweep your right arm high. And just softly on the exhale, draw the ear down towards the shoulder. Still keeping this left shoulder open, dropping the weight down. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, just draw the chin down on the diagonal, and you might find a little rounding of the upper body here if that feels good, without pulling on the neck, just letting it fall down. Breathing easy. Allow the palm to fall down as you just continue. Either take a little semicircle side to side, or you can take maybe a full circle of the neck all the way around. avoiding any sort of crunching sensations. And then just allow the head to roll up onto your center. Stay nice and heavy again in the pelvis. Inhale, left arm sweeps high. And gently draw left ear to left shoulder. See if you can drop the weight down again, so you're already starting to release any tensions from the day, allowing the nervous system to start to settle. And then draw the chin on the diagonal. So the idea for this practice is that we're really moving mindfully and slowly, without force. Allow the palm to rest down and go ahead and take maybe semicircles or full circles of the neck, just gently releasing around this area where we often hold a lot of tension. And then go ahead and find your center. Good. And from here, just coming off, if you're sitting on some pillows or a prop, you might need to take a moment to set yourself up here. So if you've got the luxury of a long pillow like mine, you can use it. Or you might stack up some of your pillows or your towels or your blankets. And you can take this to whichever height that kind of works for you. And you're going to start to bring the base of the spine. So you might take a moment to kind of shuffle around, maybe squidge down your pillows or your blankets, whatever you're using here, to find the real base of the spine, so finding the sacrum. Tucking the tailbone under a little bit might help, and seeing if you can now start to lie the whole length of the spine all the way down onto the bolster. And so, or whatever you're laying on. So if you feel the neck is kind of pinging out or something's not quite right, you can shimmy yourself around. You might even use another sort of folded up blanket or a pillow to place underneath the back of the skull, just to lift it up so you're not kind of pinging the throat wide. You've got loads of options here, so you could have, kind of like I'm doing now, the knees can rest in together, feet can come wide as the arms come wide. You might actually just extend the legs out long, let them be totally fluffy. This is a really comfortable one. Or you might come into, with the feet together, letting the knees come wide and bringing either some other props of some sort. They can come under the thighs, you can lift the knees quite high, or you can rest them down to allow the body to kind of chill out in this way. So you've got loads of options, so you can decide. And again, you want to feel fully supported with the props, that's why we're using them. So take your time, let the arms fall where they want, so they can be further down or higher up. And if you feel you need to maybe lower or higher, or make higher the space from the floor, by all means do so. So just getting into your pose, your posture. And once you're there, you can close down the eyes. This is a beautiful way to open the front body without having to hold on or push the chest up with force. And as you're here, see if you can find some gorgeous soft breaths in and out through your nose. Just allowing the back of the ribs to really drop into points of contact through your pillows or blankets, whatever it is you're using. And as you breathe, see if you can come into this role of the observer, as you observe your body starting to let go. That might mean bringing some awareness to your shoulders, letting them drop down. And letting the fingers really relax. And wherever your legs are, especially if the knees are wide, really allow the hip flexors to relax. And wherever else your legs are, just letting the muscles be totally soft. And if you feel your mind wandering off or getting distracted, it's fine. Just coming back to the breath and coming back into this idea of being fully supported so you can fully let go. And just seeing with time, as you slow the breath down here, how the body can really just dissolve and connect a bit deeper. As you breathe, see if you can notice if even little parts or pockets of tension have sort of clinged on in the face, so anywhere around the brow or the mouth or the teeth, the jaw. So see if you can allow your face to soften also. Back of the skull, density of your shoulders, the heaviness of your pelvis just dropping down. Taking the last few breaths here. Maybe really feeling into the expanse of the belly and the ribcage as you breathe. Be really slow with yourself as you come out of this posture. So if your knees are wide, just use your hands to gently draw them together as you bring the soles of the feet into the mat. And you can just really lazily kind of wriggle over, roll onto the side, and just pause here for a second. So you can make a pillow with your arm for your side of the face. Just allowing that opening to settle before we move on. And slowly, still moving really kind of sleepily and lazily, just press yourself up. You shouldn't really have to shimmy yourself around too much here. You still want to have something long ways for the body, so that could be your bolster or your pillows, whatever it is you're using. And just bringing the back of the body, again, coming to touch as you just sweep the knees over to the left. You might need to adjust yourself here as you bring the left hip in contact with your support. And you're starting to twist over to the left, so you can literally wring out your belly. And you're going to lie the whole length of your belly all the way down onto the bolster. And if it's already quite a big twist, you can just bring this left cheek down and the arms can rest down like so. Or if you're feeling comfortable enough to turn the gaze to the other direction, getting super soft and comfy in this way, you might need to come down a couple of times till you find that place that works for you. As you let the arms kind of rest down either side of your support. They might even come and cuddle your pillows or your arm pillows. You want to be super soft and heavy in the body. And again, see if you can feel into the full expansion of the breath as you come into the twist, closing down the eyes. Just letting the body unravel. These poses are so good for our nervous system to start to sort of recalibrate As you begin to tune into what's going on a more subtle level. Notice if the shoulders are sort of gripping in any way. Allow them to soften. Just see what happens with time. How does the body dissolve, even if it's just that kind of 1% deeper? Continue to notice where the breath is falling, and how it might feel different, folded over than when we just were opening. So we're still aware of where we're at in space. Take your last breath here. Maybe release through the mouth. Now really gently, just use the hands as you start to unwind. Just enjoy moving this slow and lazily that we very rarely do. I'll take it to the other side. So it's quite a deep twist, so just be gentle as you send the knees over to the right. Bringing the right hip down. And again, just take all the time you need to set yourself up. And that's the beauty of this practice. You can take as much time as you need to start to come into the twist in the other direction. Lying the whole length of the front of the body down. Chin comes over either to the right or you can stay over to the left. And take a moment to settle. So if you need to come up again and re-lie yourself down, then do so. And let the palms rest wherever they want to kind of fall. And then once you've found that place for you, you can really drop into it. Maybe getting a little bit sleepy. Hopefully not drooling all over your pillows. And just take your time here, exactly as we did on the first side. And it takes time for the body to start to unravel and unwind. I think it takes longer than we think to realize that it's fully supported and safe. And we live such hectic lifestyles where we're charging around from one thing to the next that And we very rarely allow ourselves this time. So you should be really grateful for just taking this time for you. And in knowing that the body will respond from it. So as you're here, without kind of drifting off, still being aware of the breath, being aware of those areas in the body where we may still be holding on, even in the hips here, in the chest, the shoulders, even in the neck, and around the face. Let everything really soften. And giving the whole weight of you down. Just letting the breath fall in and out through your nostrils. Just finish up here, taking your last breath. And then slowly take your time to go all the way up. Now if you've got time, I think we're coming up to 20 minutes, if you do have the time here to just join me in finding a minute Shavasana, please do so by extending the legs out long. Just come to roll down, maybe taking, if you've got an eye pillow or something to place over the eyes. So last little minute together to just reset the spine, especially as we've opened the heart and twisted round. If you do have to go off, if you've got something else to do, please stay in this dreamy state the rest of your evening. Otherwise, just placing, if you've got something to put over the eyes, letting the eyes drop in nice and heavy into their sockets. Legs can flop out, muscles relax. There's nowhere to be but here. Nothing left to control. Just you with your breath, sinking the whole weight of you down, leaving that imprint of you into the floor. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. take a huge, slow inhale. And release the breath. Enjoy taking the time you need to slowly awaken. Moving the fingers, the toes, maybe removing the prop that might be on the face. And you might literally roll into your bed from here, so just take whatever you need to kind of bring yourself out. Making your way all the way up to a seat, just to say thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed that. Namaste.